This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Okay, so the Diddy trial is on today. I started later because it's just so boring for up till like it's around this time, and then you get like 2 or 3 more hours of good stuff, and then it's done. So anyways, let's get right into this. So Inner City Press is reporting there, and it is, I think it's day 18, right? So, okay, let's get on this. So Jane is there. We know who that is. It's Stephanie Joy. Okay, it's been pretty much confirmed. And let's get right into it. So the jury comes in. What about the screen text between Cassie and Miss Coram? Combs' lawyer says only the text should be admitted, not the photo. The jurors should know that it's a screenshot, not a text. Okay, so then the government says, my error looking at the first message. I apologize. Judge says, you may like screenshots as opposed to texts. Government says, I'm not done. Government says, sorry for interrupting. The judge says, I understand. I'm just not sure this is the hill you want to die on. Damn. Combs' lawyer says, these texts, you have thousands of videos of my performing every weekend on your phone. They are backwards looking at hearsay. We argue that Mr. Combs was upfront about non-monogamous nature of this relation, as Jane said. Government says, in their opening, they attacked Jane's credibility, called it consensual. As you heard yesterday, Jane felt coerced. Really? They have opened the door. Judge says they are admissible to rebut the defense's opening. So it's approximate to introduce those statements. Appropriate. And then Diddy's lawyer says, the government sent us 6 years of text messages, then they somewhat reduced them. We stand by our objections. The foundation has not been laid. The government says the government should lay a foundation. The government says, we have laid it. Now, this is annoying. Okay, so bring in the jury and witness. Government says, how many times did you travel to Las Vegas? Jane says, once on Sean's plane, he was hosting an event and he wanted entertainment for the night. We had that. Then the government says, what do you mean? Jane says, as entertained, we had sex. Government says, what did going off grid mean? Jane said, getting free. Did Sean call you a freak? Yes, he did. He wanted me to be wild and sexual. The government said, did you ask if Sean, the entertainers, could wear condoms? Yes. That was the first time with Don and another. Sean guilt-tripped me out of. It was not something he wanted to see. Government says, what was his tone? Condescending. Did he say that he did not want the entertainer to wear a condom? He did not want to see a rubber. Did you raise it after when he was sober in the hotel room? Yes. Was there ever a record of it? Yes, one that I'm aware of. I'm trying to ask the entertainer if he can wear a condom. He's looking for it. I'd like to call this exhibit with aid. Did you listen to this? Yes. And did you read the transcript that's up on the screen? Yes. Audio is played. Let's start at 8 minutes and 20 seconds. When you said, I think they've in the chair, what are you referring to? Condoms. What did you understand Sean meant when he said you were just taking that D? He says that we already had intercourse. Then when he said, if you don't touch yourself right now, what was he saying? To just move on. What did you think you needed permission from Sean for the man having sex with your body to wear a condom? Objection, overruled. So, he was like, she was probably going to say, I didn't like him having control over my body, right? Then it says, why did you not say no? He'd get agitated. Then it says, how would intercourse with the entertainer end? He'd finish on me. Then what was Sean? We'd have sex. Would you clean up the ejaculate? No. Why not? Sean liked it. He liked to play with it. Ugh. Then what? I'd take a shower and get ready for the next one. Typically many rounds. Objection, overruled. Every entertainer was different, some 3. The government says, would he decide if you wanted to stop and when you were tired? Jane. Sean sobs and says, do you need a moment? I'm sorry. What was your question? Oh, man. She's really playing this up. She wants some cash. How did you say you wanted him to stop? I'd be like, I'm hungry, and make little faces. I'd send him subtle cues. What did he say? He'd say, you're not getting tired of me, are you? Let's go out on a high note. Let's finish strong. And she's crying. She's definitely going to take him to court for some millions. What would Sean give you to keep you awake having sex with entertainers? Ecstasy. Did you ever cry after one of those hotel nights? Twice. Tell us about that one. I thought it was date night, one-on-one. But he said there would be an entertainer, but just for a quickie. I hung on to that, but it lasted 18 hours. After the 18 hours and 3 rounds with the entertainer, Sean said he had to leave. I started crying. Were you with someone else? I was with Sean. It was Waldorf, Beverly Hills, early in our relationship. What did Sean say? He said, are you crying? Looking, he's disgusted. Then he just sat there listening to music. I was clinging to him. He said he could move things around with him and the family, and I could go out and I could go home with him. Okay, so I just wanted to be in his arms after all that. Yo, these girls are delusional, man. 50. I don't know about your judgment with women, bro. What was Cuban Link into, bro? Huh? Cuban Link might be, if Diddy was still out, Cuban Link might have been, his next link up. And the second time, I was in the shower after one of those nights. Is your memory spotty? What do you remember? I was so high. I was having sex with Paul. Then I was in the shower with Sean. He said, stop it. I'm too high. Stop. Paul? Yeah, one of the entertainers. Were those hotel nights work for you? Objection. Overruled. Jane. It was work from start to finish. What did you do to get them to end sooner? I try to have sex with the entertainer fast. What did you do to try to speed things up? I do foreplay and bring them into the room. Sean would say, slow it down, more foreplay. What words would he use? Time frame. Judge. Objection. May, October 2023. May 2021 to October 2023. What would Sean say? He'd say, I'm not ready to see that yet. How would you feel? Sidebar. Sure. How did you feel? I'd want to be with Sean at the end. Where did you want to go? To his residence. Was there any part of these hotel nights you enjoyed? Being with Sean? Would he text him? To say, would you text him? Would he text him? To say, I love you, she says. Did you text that you wanted to have sex? Yes, with him. Did you text him you wanted to have sex with others? Yes, it was his fantasy. Did you tell you want to did you tell you want this is written wrong. Okay. So basically to have sex. Okay. So somebody they wrote this wrong. Did you tell you want to text? No. Did you tell you want to have sex? Yes. Okay. Did he tell you what to text? The guy coming into the situation. Yes, he asked, what do you want? Be explicit. Why are you writing things? I wanted to make my lover happy. Oh, this is kind of confusing. I wrote, I'm horny for you. You don't have to read this. But did you write, I want to suck Paul's D? Why did you write that? I knew it would turn him on. Who's Paul? An entertainer. You texted him you wanted to stop having hotel nights. Yes. You know what, man? This is gross, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. What do you write here? I'm so much more that's being left in the dark than being left in a dark hotel room. My heart is breaking. I don't want to play this role in your life anymore. I feel it's the only reason you pay for the house. Duh! Duh, you organized the business of this. You said, just pay my house. Of course that's all he pays it. What do you think? He just does it out of the kindness of his heart and because he loves you? You couldn't put it together that 50 Cent is your baby dad and they troll each other back and forth and that this is get back? This is the ultimate get back. That probably turns him on more than anything. She said, we need to talk like adults to Sean. How long had Sean been paying your rent? 5 months or so. Did you see drugs in hotel rooms? Objection overruled. Ecstasy, Molly, cocaine, pink powder, which I believe is called Tussie. Who gave it to you? Sean. Did you ever see any of the entertainers taking drugs? No. That was my one rule. I told them they couldn't take drugs. I didn't want them to be out of control when they were with me. How did ecstasy make you feel? Sexual energy. Why did you feel you had to take these drugs? Otherwise, it would be too real. I wanted to, I don't know, feel like, it would make things easier. Did you ever do hotel nights without drugs? Twice, once with Paul. Why didn't you take drugs that time? I didn't want to do that to my body, but it was too real. So I asked Sean for a pill. Did Sean give it to you? Yes, I felt better. The second time, my partner was taking too many pills. He says, I'll do a 30 days without drugs, but let's have one last sobriety party. How long did that last? Too long, 18 hours. What happened? The first guy, the second guy, I was not feeling too well. I threw up. Diddy doing all this? How did he get all this work done? This guy's taking 5 days off at a time. And then he's like, work, work, work. He's badgering other people like his son's like, you're sitting around eating cereal? Work. Right? You've heard those stories, right? Where he walks in, you're just sitting here eating cereal. You got to get to work, man. Meanwhile, this guy's going on drug binges for days. I'd be like, Dad, shut up. You're a druggie. Jane said, I told Sean I'd throw up. What do you say? He said, that's good. Now you're ready for a third guy. He's here. How'd you feel? I felt disgusted. I was repulsed. I was too mad at myself. I was mad to let myself get into this. Well, this is who you are. You wanted to do OnlyFans too. Come on. There's a break. There's an animated conversation between Combs lawyers and Steele. All these people who are like yelling at each other. This is all Diddy's lawyers are kind of arguing with each other. Judge, bring the jury back. All rise. Did Sean ever run out of drugs during the hotel night? Yes. What happened? He would call one of his assistants or butlers to bring more drugs, sometimes his security. What assistants? Brendan, Frank, John. Let me show you a photo of Brendan. That's him. He would bring the pill bottles. He would be cocaine, weed, stuff like that. Who from security did he call for drugs? Fahim. Sean called him Fa. Who else brought drugs? Guido. He brought mostly ecstasy, Molly, and Xanax. And Coke. Did you take Xanax? After I put Sean to sleep. Did you ever carry drugs for Sean? Yes, from LA to Miami. KK told me, I'll have security come out and give you a package. I asked, is it safe? Is it okay? What did KK tell you? She said, it's fine. I do it all the time. Okay. Wait. Where did you give Sean the package? Sorry. In the bathroom of a 2-star. He opened it, and I saw colorful pills, I assumed. I don't want you to assume. Did you take the pills? Yes, for hotel night. It was ecstasy. Did you move drugs for Sean another time? Yes, in my luggage from LA to Miami. There's Sean, and I used them. It was ecstasy. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I guess this is the trafficking, right? Of some sort. The jury's going to be so disgusted with Diddy that he's guilty, bro. That's what's going to happen. I'm sorry. Before May and October 2021, you reached out to the entertainers. No, Sean did, she says. Then who? Me. Then I did. Okay, so why did you start choosing? I didn't want to be a stranger. I assumed dynamic of our relationship. We were walking porn. I saw a performer and said, that one. Why did you choose? I couldn't get away from this. She needed that rent paid, right? Who did you choose? Sly Williams. I called him Chef. He had a passion for cooking. What were you and Sean doing? Having sex on ecstasy. We started talking about Sly's size. Sean was acting all flirtatious about it. Whoa. Whoa! Pause. I sent Sly a message over Instagram. Did he respond? Yes, I told him I was a fan of his work. Maybe we should meet up one day. We did a FaceTime. Sean was there. What happened? Got hot and steamy. I asked him to show me himself. He showed you his genitals? Yes. And I was casting from my phone to Sean's television. How did you get Sly from Atlanta to L.A.? I told Sean would arrange his flight. I booked it online on Expedia. Sean paid me back. What happened? He was cute and sweet. He was nervous too. It was my first time. First time for what? Contacting an adult film star. I told him it was me and my partner. He said fine. What hotel? L'Hermitage, I believe. It was the routine. The oils would come out. I'd be in uniform. I'd dance. Then sex. What was Sean doing? Masturbating. Then who invited him the next times? I did. I would suggest Sly. He was familiar to me. Where did you meet Sly? The Trump Hotel. The Trump Hotel in New York? Yes, I would book flights from Atlanta. And you paid him afterward? Yes, $2,000 to $4,000. Where from? Objection. Where did the cash come from? Sean. From a drawer. Sometimes we use Cash App. Was there a second adult entertainer you reach out to? Yes, Anton Harris. It was his stage name. I don't know his real name. I bet you all these people come in next week real quick, just to sum all this up, confirm the trafficking stuff. Yep. We were watching Anton's films, and I was really into him. I messaged him on Instagram. He was in L.A. I invited him over. How did Anton respond? Positively. We were in my first residence. What happened? The same. Sean watched, happy. Did you see Anton again? Yes, sometimes at hotels in L.A., sometimes in my apartment. Do you use FaceTime with Anton and Sly? Yes, and Sean and I were alone having sexy times. Why would Sean call them? He wanted something live. I was doing sexting on FaceTime, screen sharing to Sean's TV. I told Sly and Anton I was alone so they would feel comfortable. Did you ask Sly and Anton to send you pictures of their genitals? Yes, Sean wanted them. He would say, get it. Yo, you're a sick guy, Diddy. Did Anton or Sly ever send you photos of the genitals when you were not with Sean? Yes, I was polite, flirtatious, but not so flirtatious as I was with Sean. Did you see Anton or Sly in person without Sean? No. These are texts with you and Sly. Let me show you. I was asking for explicit photos and videos of him. That's what my partner wanted. What did Sly say? He said, I'm down. Then what did you say? I wrote, I'm touching myself. Then what's your full name and date of birth? Why? To book his travel. What did you write? She's booking. Jen was November 9th, 2021, the flight. When you received these explicit images, were you alone? Yes. I sent Blander messages, and then he texted me in April 2022. Hello, beautiful. How was your day? Why did Jess book the flight? I was too high to type. He's the entertainer. Other entertainers? Paul and Don. Sean coordinated others. Between May 2021 and October 2023, how often were the hotel nights? Often. Every week, every other week. After February 2024, where did this happen? 2-star and L.A. In the L.A. resident, were you still living in it? Yes. Were you still a resident in L.A., basically? They typed it backwards. Jane, yes. After February 2024, maybe 5 times. How many different men? I don't know. Let's talk about something. Who's this? Don. Last time, August 2024 at 2-Star. I saw Don in Miami. Who's this? Paul. When was the last time? End of July 2024, but before that very often. What did you think Paul did? A personal trainer for Sean in LA, Miami, and Turks. How did Paul get there? He'd book his own travel. He'd already be there. Who's this? A man named Leo. I met him through Sean for one of those nights. I met him on his birthday, or on my birthday. Last time, 2023. Where did you see Leo? LA. What else did you call him? Italian. Who's this? A guy Sean brought into a night in 2021. What happened? Sean said he had someone coming over. I was repulsed at the La Ameritage Hotel. He looked sweaty. He didn't look nice. He kind of smelled. What'd you do? I tried to make it work. I tried to seduce him with my body. He just kept sweating so much. I looked at my partner. I'm not feeling this. I was in lingerie and heels. What was he wearing? Sean, nothing. Sean said, do you want to taste it? I said, I'm not feeling this. What did Sean do? He laid me down and started having sex with me. Where was the man? Hovering over me. He was sweating on me? Then what? Sean told me to look at the man's private part, but it wasn't happening. Sean told him, no worries, and the man left. And then what? Sean told me he had someone else coming. Paul. I was blindfolded. Sean wanted me to touch him. I took a liking to Paul. I was more comfortable. I thought he was handsome and a real nice guy. Warm energy. Did you want to have sex with him? Nah. But if I had to have sex with someone, I guess it's not so bad with Paul. Who's this? A photo of a man named Michael. I met him twice, 2022 and 2023. In addition, Los Angeles, they're really treating this girl like a hoe, man. They're really like, yo, who's this guy? Who's this guy? Did he ram you? Sean said someone was coming in, and then just like that, Sean was like having small talk with this guy on the balcony. He invited me out. I thought Michael was attractive, but he was from a website. Who's this? I don't know. I met him on my birthday, 2023, one of those nights. What happened? Sean told me to come to Miami. We would be alone. He was so sweet. We were eating dinner at sushi. We were eating sushi at Nobu in the hotel. He says, we have entertainment. I gulped and said, entertainer? What did he say? It's your birthday. Just accept it. Why? I don't know. Upstairs, this man comes in. It was routine. I'm like a robot. I'm getting the guy comfortable. Do you need a break, Jane? You said you were robotic. What does that mean? I've done so many of these. I just tune it out. My partner likes to see. He's not your partner. At best, he's your friend. I just turn on this person. What do you mean, you turn on another person? A person who can just do this. What happened? I was so much quicker with this person. He felt more like a stranger to me than anyone. I don't want to do this on my birthday. I asked Sean for a condom. Where was he? He was behind this man. He gave me a dirty look like, you better not ask for a condom. I could just hear that. What else did you hear him say? Objection. I just didn't want to sour the mood. Why didn't you want to sour the mood? I didn't want my partner to be unhappy with me. Do you need a break, Jane? No, I'm okay. She's here. She's getting that cash. She's like, more crying the better. What happened next, if you're ready to tell us? Sean gave him the condom, but walked away. He was so disappointed. The guy finished. I can't remember where. What next? The man left. We switched rooms. We got a bigger suite. And then Sean was more loving. He was celebratory. He had cake and balloons. Then Sly comes. Any talk? No, just hours of that. Pleasing this guy. Doing so much of it. Foreplay. Then I know my partner wants to see going back and forth. It was morning. Then what did Sean say? That Dawn was coming. Damn. Back to back. What did you say? Nothing. It was fine. Why? I love my partner. What did you do with Dawn? Let's talk. Let's take a break for lunch. What did you do with Dawn? Sex. Then the government's like, let's break for lunch. Sex. All right. We'll finish this up on the next one. This is crazy. Yeah, Diddy's a monster, bro. He's crazy, sick in the mind. Okay, think about his sons and what they're into. You know, I saw his son, the one that looks like him, like outside the courtroom, people were swarming him or something. And I was like, dude, why are you guys so... This guy has a weird case too, man. Like, why is he around? He's got a weird case. Yo, you should be ashamed of your dad. I wonder if they even knew how dark their dad was. Diddy's a sick guy, man. Rick Ross. Maybe. Dude. I can only imagine what happened with him and Rick Ross and Khaled sometimes. Yo, drop your pants, man. I want to see what you're working with. Rock was... These guys are sick, bro. These people hung out with each other for a reason, bro. It wasn't just music. It's JordanTower with JT News. Peace.